Hey, how we doing? Everybody feeling good? Everybody enjoying the new year? Yeah, a little MIA for a few days. You know what? It's the holiday season. Sorry, I had to slam some gamer subs there. It's the holiday season, you know, everything's a little bit crazy. Everything's going a little bit insane. I have to sit there and work all this goddamn overtime because I work for a nondescript airline company at O'Hare Airport. But it's fine, you know, I'm fine. I just have to sit there and work for God ever long, but it's fine. You know, I'm hamming it up for comedic effects. You know, it really isn't that bad. The bonus pay, honestly, is welcome, especially after the Christmas season. Yeah, how's everybody's New Year's? How's everybody's Crimbus? Are we all feeling good? Do we get the presents we wanted? Do we not get the presents we wanted? Is it actually about the stuff, or is it about coming together with your family? You decide. I don't know. Do you have a family? Do you not have a family? Anyways, talking about some stuff. Let's talk about it, all right? I had a New Year's goal. Well, it wasn't really much a goal. I had a goal for the end of the year, and it was upload 100 videos. I slammed that goal in the face and then did it and then some. I didn't have a subscriber goal because I believe setting arbitrary goals on how many subscribers that I gain would only be setting me up for failure and setting me up for disappointment if I don't hit that goal, right? Ultimately, this is not about, oh, how many subscribers can I get, how many, you know, blah, blah, blah can I get. This is just really a hobby. This is just something that I wanted to do. I've always wanted to do and create stuff. I've always wanted to be a entertainer of sorts, but, you know, some paths in life I wasn't able to, you know, fulfill, basically, you know. But with this, I can pretend I'm a little entertainer and that there's people watching who are entertained, and at the end of the day, that's all I really want, you know? I just want to be able to upload some videos, have some people maybe watch and enjoy what I'm doing, maybe find some fun, maybe you're just sitting there and you're scrolling through and you see a Diablo video and you haven't thought of Diablo 3 in a while, and then you're just like, oh shit, well, no. My system hasn't thought of Diablo 3 in a while because it wants to fucking lag every 2 seconds. I'm upgrading my computer soon, hopefully, thank God. Not RAM, not anytime soon. Fucking RAM. Anyways, where am I going with all this? Yeah, I wanted to upload 100 videos by the end of the year. I hit that goal, and I did very well. Future plans for everything. I mean, I uploaded 100 videos, or 150-something videos, so maybe we'll do like 150. You know, set a soft cap, maybe 200, because I did have some plans for the new year, right? Definitely wanted to upload a little bit more. Wanted to do my big project that I had been planning. I've been planning this since like I started uploading videos because I wanted to do some games that I very much fondly remember because I love those games and I love the company that created them. Which I can tell you now, it's the Behemothon. Yeah, ooh, Behemoth games. Yeah, we all love Behemoth games. If you've ever played a Behemoth game, maybe Alien Hominid, maybe you played some Pit People. Maybe Battle Block Theater. But yeah, I'm going to be playing through all the Behemoth games. Gonna see if my buddies want to join in, if they can, if our schedules align, and we can get some fun games recorded and played, because those games are great. Who doesn't love the Behemoth games? We all played Castle Crashers, right? Right? Yeah, we did. Anyways. So yeah, gonna be playing through all the Behemoth games. I assume that's gonna take maybe maybe a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, maybe half the year will be devoted to just Behemoth games. Now, it's not going to be just Behemoth games, mind you. I'm going to still be playing some Diablo. I'm going to circle back around and play some, we'll circle back around and play some fucking Skyrim. I'll eventually get back to that and play some Duck Off, you know, but, you know, I look at it as, if I'm not having fun, okay, don't crash on me, okay, if I'm not having fun playing the game, then, you know, I don't want to sit there and force myself to play the game, because I feel like the video just won't be as good, and it won't be up to my standard, you know, and at the end of the day, it's realistically like what I want to do, you know? And if I'm not happy with what I'm putting out, then, you know, I'm not going to put it out. That's not what I'm doing. This isn't about, you know, continuing the series all the way through, but the Behemoth games are short enough that I like them, and I can play them all the way through. You know, it's not the longest game. They're engaging. They're entertaining. Who doesn't love Castle Crashers and Battle Block Theater? They're just great games, you know, all around. So, I had my wife do some nice little art for it. If I can cut it in, I'll put it in somewhere around here, you know. And, yeah. Honestly, circling back to what I was talking about before, you know. I honestly didn't think I'd get even, like, 20 subscribers. So the fact that I have hit almost 100 in not even a whole year of uploading is crazy in of itself. You know, I get... It's like, I'm not sitting here doing anything crazy, you know. I really am just tapping back into, like, 2012 era YouTube by just doing gameplay videos with very minimalistic editing and just uploading them, so, you know. Let's see. Guardian. It's, yeah, it's not... I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just doing what I like to watch. Like, I grew up... I wouldn't say I grew up. I've been watching YouTube for a while. Like, YouTube is what I always watch. I don't really watch, like, television. Like, I'll watch the occasional show with my wife, and, you know, I'll tap in on, like, what's popular, and, you know, I'll watch all that. Like, I watch my fair bit of trash TV because I just love trash TV. It is the most cringiest and just awful, like, the most awful people are always on trash TV shows. So, you know, I don't mind, you know, that, but realistically, I've been watching YouTube for the better part of my, you know, my young life and teenage life and young adult life. And it was really that 2012 era of YouTube that I love, like, you know, what they call the golden era of YouTube. You know, which is like the old Markiplier, you know, the Five Nights at Freddy's, the gameplays, you know, the creatures back in their heyday, you know, all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of the stuff that I was just like, oh yeah, I mean, I was very much into the gaming side of YouTube. I really wasn't like tapping out into, like, you know, what's it called, like, you know, any other really area. It was mostly just gaming. I'll save your brother. But yeah, and that's kind of like the era I want to invoke, you know, like, not as frequent as uploads as they used to do, like 2 or 3 uploads a day. That's a little crazy, but you know, just playing through a game, just having a chat, you know, that's realistically what I like. And, you know, when I was in the military, you know, I would go on deployment, we'd go underway, and we wouldn't really have internet, so I would download a bunch of videos. I remember downloading a lot of manly badass hero, a bunch of Markiplier, you know, the goats of YouTube, and just watch those videos on repeat while I was underway. And then when we would hit a port, you know, I would download a bunch of videos again, and then that would be my entertainment until we hit another port. But yeah, that's pretty much, you know, the whole inspiration on why I wanted to upload videos. You know, if I could be that one creator that people, you know, download and they watch for little creature comforts, you know. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. It's not about the numbers of subscribers or the potential of, oh, I could be making this amount of money. Like, no, that's not really it. Like, ultimately, like, you know, if I hit that you know, that sweet spot where I can you know, get sponsorships and stuff like that, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, no, I'm not doing it for that. I mean, I'd be a fool to not sit there and take sponsorships if they're thrown at me, or if somebody wants to sponsor me. You know, it would do nothing but, you know, enhance what I would be able to do with this. So, you know, realistically, it's not about that. But if the opportunity arises, I would be a fool to not take that opportunity, right? So that's pretty much it, you know. Hit that old era of YouTube, get the fucking, you know, get the entertainment going, and, you know, if something comes of it, hey, something comes of it. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, right? I'm smart. I'd like to think I'm smarter than that, to just be like, nah, my morals and integrity forbade me from doing that. Like, hell no. To be able to go full time is such a blessing, you know. And I'm not the type of person who would sit there and be like, I'm better than that, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a weird thing, because back then, like, people had, you know, companies that would sponsor them. Like, if you're old enough to remember Machinima and all that stuff, like, you know, back then, people didn't really make that much money off YouTube. It was more, again, purely for the love of the game. And then, you know, at some point, there was a very massive shift to where it was like, you know, all about how many viewers you can get, how much money can you cycle into your stuff, and, like, I think it's a double-edged sword. Like, it's a good thing and a bad thing, because people getting sponsorships and money, you know, helps them create more content, and, you know, it allows them to, you know, do what they want to do, have bigger and better productions. I mean, I think Ludwig is a great example of somebody who has used the wealth that they have obtained from streaming and YouTube to make bigger and better things, you know? But also, at the end of the day, it comes down to that creator of, like, are they going to have the integrity to keep doing what they're doing if they get to this level, or is it just going to solely become about the money, right? And that's kind of like it's not a bad thing to just sit there and be about the money. Like, if this is your job, you need the money, right? Like, it shows when it becomes about the money and not so much about what you're creating, right? I mean, I'm not crazy in saying that. Like, I'm not sitting here telling you, you know, the secrets to everything, right?
In the deserts of Chaldeum. Bring this news to the
you know,
master at
and
once.
Far be it from me to sit there and tell somebody, like, oh, what you're doing, you know, is bad, blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm just one person in a sea of trillions, right? You know, and if somebody is, you know, doing content that you don't like watching anymore, you just don't have to watch it, you know. That's how she goes, Yugi. That's what the rules say.
horrible things to us.
But yeah, honestly,
Have they brought in a new prisoner?
I don't know where I'm going with that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, sorry.
I saw Magda take him into Leoric's old torture chambers.
But yeah,
You know,
that's it. I enjoy YouTube. I wanted to create some YouTube videos, tap into that old 2012 era. I do want to start playing more horror games, and I had kind of an idea set up to where I would do 2 uploads a day, and like one is gonna be like a horror game, like maybe something random off Itch.io, maybe like one of the big horror games like the Dead Space remake, because I love horror games. Like, as previously stated, I watch a lot of Manly Badass Hero, and I mean, he does a lot of horror games. That's generally what I like watching. I like horror games. You know, I can't, I mean, I know a lot of people like watching horror games. They just necessarily don't like playing horror games, right? So.
Fetid, pallid malaise has fallen over the manor we now call home. Young Albrecht seems to be enjoying
the
himself
fucking
in
voice
our new
actor
home,
for
however.
Dexter's
Perhaps
dad?
I'm simply suffering from an imbalance of humors brought on by the recent change of climate.
Sounds like Dexter's dad's fucking voice actor. But anyways, yeah. I was gonna do like 2 uploads every other day. So like, if you look at it from the week, like Monday is gonna be like a horror game, and then I was gonna do like something like Eye Bleach, like, you know, just a cutesy or like very chill game, like, you know, something that's easy on the eyes, like, I don't know, maybe like a Hello Kitty Island Adventure, or fucking Stardew Valley, I don't know, just something that counters like the horror game, right? I was thinking of doing that, and then like every other day kind of just cycle in like maybe more Diablo, maybe some other games, you know. I'll see how it works out, because that seems like it's a lot more workload on me, and also having to balance, you know, working a real job and all that stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but that's the plan. After all the Behemoth games and stuff like that's done with, we'll do the horror game and Eye Bleach, and then circle in some other games, you know. That's pretty much the plan for the new year. You know, I'm gonna keep uploading videos. I'm not gonna be done with this, because I am enjoying what I'm doing. You know, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't enjoy what I was doing. Ow. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan for the new year. And then, yeah, what else is there to say? Hope you guys had a good New Year's. I was at work during New Year's, and then the following day after.
I'm convinced that some malevolent being is attempting to wrest control of my thoughts away from me. Voices direct me to horrendous acts, and there are times when I seem unable to control my body. Lazarus knows. This is certain. He looks at me strangely when he thinks me otherwise disposed.
Damn. But yeah. Been enjoying some Diablo again. I always loved Diablo. Remember my buddy and I used to play a lot of the seasonal stuff together. And we might hop in and do some Diablo 3 seasonal stuff, because they are still doing the updating the seasonal. Do some builds, have some fun. Maybe do some Diablo 4. I don't know. Maybe when I upgrade the system, we can do some. We can do some higher fidelity games, because yeah, if you don't know, your boy's still rocking hard drives in the era of SSDs and front loading. So yeah, that's what I be doing. I love bone armor, just ripping bones out of their body. In the Iron Maiden, I'll come and help.
No.
Don't worry, the Necromancer's on the way to help. Hey, Oh. Yeah.
Inside 1263 Yano Kyrgyzstan. The Javis burned runes into my flesh. They say all the torture and dark magic will turn us into demonic souls.
God bless you. I was certain I was gonna die in there.
Well, seeing all those
I heard
spikes in
rumors
there.
of vast treasure to be found down here. A damn fool that I am, I believed them. Don't know why I thought it might be inside an Iron Maiden. All I could
That's a
think
good.
of while I was
That's a
trapped in
good
that
question.
horrible darkness
Why did you think it
was
would be
that
inside
no
an
one would
Iron
ever
Maiden?
know what had happened to me.
My master would take pride in this.
Well, seems like a good point to cut it. Hey, thanks for listening to me yap. If you enjoyed the yap session here, maybe give a little maybe a subscribe, maybe hit that like, you know. And if you do all that, you'll get 200 funny monies. I'm not gonna give it to you, but you may find it in your New Year's resolution. I'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye. See you. Goodbye. Bye. Bye.